found excelling in nearly every field, from accounting to zoology and everything in between. One can hardly find a hospital without an Asian doctor, an engineering firm without an Asian engineer, a university without an Asian professor, a highway without an Asian-run motel, or a street without an Asian store. Go to Fairfax. It is hard to open a professional journal without seeing an article written by an Asian. Achievements of Asian American scientists are so great that the future Asian Nobel laureates going to emerge from our small numbers. And we already have a few Asian Nobel laureates right here in America. We have a genius for mixing scientific talents with entrepreneurial zeal, as evidenced in tech worlds of Silicon Valley, Northern Virginia, and Boston, where there are a few thousand Asian American millionaires and even a few billionaires. There are a few hundred young Asian Americans who are currently working in the state, local, and federal governments, and in agencies, in congressional offices, and in the Obama administration, who are likely to be legislators and governors in their own right. Indeed, we already have 2 young Indians as governors of Louisiana and South Carolina. Mayor Gray, as I've told you, is a visionary leader under whose leadership the city is making great strides. He recognizes that diversity isn't a challenge or a problem or an obstacle. Diversity is an opportunity. In fact, Mayor believes it is one of our greatest assets. And that is why the mayor takes great pride, I know that his appointments to agencies and boards and commissions at the highest level, like Alan Lowe here, reflect the true diversity of the city. Many Asian Americans have made the decision to be public servant in the city, like all of you here, and I'm proud to be one of them. Thank you.
You can see why he's my rock star, can't you? You're not going to escape that, Doctor. I now want to turn my attention and introduce Alan Liu, who is the city administrator for the District of Columbia. Alan is the individual who is responsible for the day-to-day operations of the district, whether they're big problems or small problems, whether they're narrow or wide. He's the man that gets the phone call, and he's the individual that makes sure that the government runs. The mayor has the big picture, and he is the individual who is right out front. But to his right is an individual that he has identified as the one that he trusts to make sure that the citizens of the District of Columbia are served and served well. And that's a trust that you just don't to give lightly. It's a trust that is built over years. And Alan has earned that trust because he is a committed public servant. He is smart. He's tenacious. He's diligent. He gets the job done. When you're running a $9 billion enterprise, and when the eyes of the world are upon you, you need someone that can produce. And whether it was as the director of the Office of Public Education Facilities Modernization, where he really modernized and helped this city tremendously with school buildings, whether it's at the convention center, whether it's at National Park, Alan has met challenges and has succeeded, and he will continue to succeed. Let me introduce to you my immediate supervisor. He paid me to say this. But I also have another supervisor who's the mayor. Well, let me introduce you an individual who, coming into this job, I didn't know a lot about, but I knew his reputation. Now that I know him, that reputation is well deserved. Alan, please join us.
I am so impressed with Paul Kwanda. I told him this the other day, but I'm not going to repeat what we actually discussed. But I'm very proud to be here, and I like to. It's hard to follow Dr. Akhtar and Dr. Gandhi. I mean, I think Deputy Mayor Kwanda coined it very appropriately. Now, Dr. Gandhi is a rock star, but Dr. Akhtar is just as great a rock star as Dr. Gandhi. So the other thing is that, you know, I was in pre-med at one point, and I couldn't handle all the blood and all those things. So I ended up dropping out. So otherwise, I'd be a Dr. Lou, you know. But anyway, I had to settle for this. Okay, so I'm very proud to be part of this administration. I'm proud that that the trust and the confidence that Mayor Gray has placed in me. And I think I said yesterday night when we were at another event with Julie and with many of you that are here today, that the evidence, you know, is proof that this mayor really does subscribe to diversity and obviously believes in Asian Americans and how it fits into his cabinet. And I'd like to also, I don't know what else I can say that hasn't been already said. Julie Kuhl is an ambassador. She's the advocate. She is the, you know, for the Asian and Pacific Islander communities. So let's give her another round, okay? Okay. I think, you know, the world of Paul Kwanda, and so I think, I don't know, but I think I promised him last night I wouldn't embarrass him, but, I think that the community, the Asian community, as we all grown up and watched, has changed. You know, just like China has changed in 25 years, and I'm planning to fly to China tomorrow afternoon. So I haven't been there in 25 years. So you know, so obviously we all know that it's you know, that the country has changed. You know, we used to always talk about how it's several thousands of years old. And 25 years ago, I was there. There was a 2-lane highway connecting the capital, Beijing, to the airport, you know, the international airport. And it was all backed up for miles. And I said, why is it backed up? And in front of the traffic was either an ox or a horse pulling a cart, you know, and it just going click-clop, 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 you know. And all of us, all the cabs and the buses and everything are just kind of, you know, backed up. But it's changed, you know, and I think the world has changed. I asked the other day Dr. Gandhi, I said, I don't know why they refer to the Asian community as a minority. I said, if you count the population in India and the population in China, I believe we're the majority, you know. But so I have to say, you know, just a little bit about myself. And my ancestors, my grandparents came to this country over a century ago, and my mother actually was born in outside of near Cincinnati, Ohio, and and my wife and our one child. We believe in the one-child rule, you know. You know, you don't want to be criminals here, you know. We're born and raised in New York, all of us, and all three of us actually went through the public school system. And you know, we believe in my mother. My wife is probably a tiger mom. You know that phrase that was coined. You know, someone asked me one time, "Do you get along with Michelle Rhee?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "How's it? You know, you able to connect with her?" And I said, "Yeah." And I said, "Why?" And I said, "Well, my sister, my sisters-in-law, my wife, you know, they're all like her." So I said, I grew up with that, you know, and it makes sense, right? Doesn't it make sense to you all? You know, you guys can relate to what I'm saying. Anyway, look, I'm proud to be here. I'm proud to be part of this administration. We're serving the greatest city in the world, and I think we're serving a great leader. We're serving Vincent Gray, and I really ask that you know, at the end that we will produce and perform and deliver great things for this city, and I think the people will see that, and they'll see that the mayor is a visionary. The mayor is a person who's who wants to do the right thing for its citizens, and it will. And he believes that he really believes in the workforce and in the government, and he believes in the great team that he's assembled. And I think if you've seen some of them here, there's a cabinet that's probably about 70 people. And many of them are talented, and as talented as those you've met this morning. And then there's an organization that this mayor has put together that will really impress you. And I think you'll see accomplishments after accomplishments after accomplishments, and you're going to see that this city is going to go to another level. And I think sometimes it's hard to imagine that, but it is something that we promise that will happen. Thank you.
Before I ask Julie to come up and to close this out, as Alan indicated, there are a number of members of the cabinet that are here and others in the district government who wanted to come down and to recognize and to celebrate with you your heritage. Your heritage is important to us as a city. And as we acknowledge the appointments of a number of just stellar individuals from Julie, Dr. Gandhi, Alan Liu, and Dr. Actor, there are others that serve the District of Columbia day in and day out. And the contributions that your community makes excuse me, to the district is just overwhelming and truly appreciated. So I wanted to say thank you on behalf of the mayor for all that you do to make this city truly one city and a world-class city.